Hello yogis, welcome back to Yoga by Paige. In today's video, I would love to share a few of my most favorite exercises for the abdominals if you are working towards handstand. So you all know that this requires crazy balance and crazy strength, and most of that comes from your core. So we've got 5 exercises for you today, and we're just gonna get right into it. Come on. So as you arrive on your mat, you're gonna wanna make sure that you have 2 blocks and a blanket. And you can be creative with the things that are around your house. So let's just get right into it. We're gonna come over into a tabletop position. Plant the hands underneath your shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, allowing the creases of your elbows to turn forward. And for here, we're just gonna take 5 rounds of scapular push-ups or serratus push-ups. So with the arms straight, you're gonna drop your chest all the way through between your arms, and then inhale, press the ground away. See if you can find a rounding of the upper back as you cinch in your waist. That's 1. Exhale down, squeezing the shoulder blades. I like to pretend like I'm squeezing a pencil. Then inhale, press. Exhale down, and then inhale, press. 2 more yogis. Exhale down, inhale to press. Last one here, exhale down, inhale to press. Great, so those ones aren't so hard. That one's really just to kind of get the body moving so you can start to warm up. So what we're gonna do now is add a little bit of weight to this in our plank pose. So you can come right back over into your tabletop position, pull the navel into the spine and extend your legs nice and long. So you might need to take a little adjustment here. Sometimes I actually prefer to have my feet a little bit wider in this variation. So creases of the elbows are turned forward, navel cinches in, legs are strong. We're gonna exhale, same movement, drop the chest between the arms, squeezing those shoulder blades together, and then inhale, press. 4 more. Exhale down, and inhale, press. 3, and press. 2, and press. Last one here, down, and press. And then you can take a little break there in between, roll out the wrists. We didn't do too much to warm up the wrists because we're not going to do a lot of actual handstanding. We're just really focusing on that core, so just give it a little bit of love. So from here, we're actually going to come into our tabletop position. Make sure you've got a block nice and handy at the top of your mat. And then we're going to shift back to a downward facing dog just to open up a little bit. Now I'll shift forward into your high plank once more. So we're gonna come into an off-centered high plank. Bring your block on the medium setting underneath your right hand, and your left hand will stay on the mat. So take a moment here to feel this kind of awkward sensation and see if you can find some of that rounding or protracting in the upper back. Then the opposite leg that is from your hand will lift up. Exhale your knee to your chest. Spin your right toes away from you, so that's the same foot that your hand is on the block. Then pick up your block, spin up towards the sky, and see how much you can get that knee to stack up towards the sky. And then exhale down. That's 1 round, yogis. We got 4 more. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to chest. Spin your right toes out, heel down. Inhale, pick that block up and send your knee up. And then gently unwind. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to chest. Drop your heel down. Inhale, lift, 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 lift. And then exhale down. 2 more, yogis. Inhale, left leg, knee to chest. Spin your right toes out. Lift, 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 lift. And then come right back down. Last one for this side. Left leg high, knee to your chest. Spin your toes out. Inhale, reach up, 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 up. And then release down. Go ahead and set your knees on the mat. Unwind here, letting that go. And I know you're like, why are we twisting? But this targets all of the muscles through the center of our body to prepare us for those handstands. So let's go ahead and do 5 rounds on our second side. Bring your block underneath your left hand, your right hand underneath your shoulder. If you wanna just reset in your down dog for a moment, you can. So start first by pressing the ground away, feeling that upper back round just a little bit. Pull the navel in, make sure the legs are strong, their hips are down. Inhale, float your right leg high. Exhale, knee to chest. Spin your left toes out, heel down. Pick up this left block and spin your right knee up to the sky. Unwind, reset. Good, just 4 more. Inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. Spin it open and up and unwind. Here we go. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to chest. Spin it open and then up, up, up. Good. 2 more, yogis. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to chest. Heel down, spin open and up. Last one here. These are tough, I know. Inhale, right leg high. Knee to chest. Heel down, knee up, reach, 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 reach. And then exhale down. Woo, shake that out. And I know these are tough, but so are handstands, and we've got to be able to train in other ways so that as we come into our handstand practice, our body will be nice and ready. So for our next drill here, we are going to use your blanket, or if you don't have a blanket, those gliders that they are available on Amazon. I'll even link some for you, or even at Target, you can use those. Or if you have socks, you can use socks if you've got hardwood or even your kitchen floor. So set that block aside. What I'm gonna do here is just fold over my mat to get it out of the way, and then take the blanket, if you're using a blanket or your other surface, unfold it so it's about mat width distance apart. Then we're gonna stand up on this blanket. We're gonna take 5 of these slides. So when you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, release down into a forward fold. Good, yogis. Inhale, lift up halfway. It's almost like a sun, eh? Exhale, plant your hands. While you're planting your hands, find that protraction that we created in our plank poses. Pull the navel in, start to feel the length through the back of your legs, and then slowly extend out to your plank pose. Good, take an inhale here, and then we're gonna hike our hips up, trying to keep the legs straight, the heels stay lifted. Exhale, pull it in, whoosh. And then inhale, right back out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, back out. Make sure you're gripping the mat with your fingertips. Exhale in. Inhale out. You just have 2 more, yogis. Exhale in. Inhale out. Last one. Exhale in. Inhale out. And then come all the way back in. Release into a forward fold. Grab opposite elbows. Let the head hang nice and heavy. And then we'll slowly, slowly rise all the way up to this mountain pose. Glide out those shoulders. Slide your tools out of the way and unroll your mat. Great. So we have 2 more drills that we're going to do today. For this one, you're going to want 2 blocks. You could do it without blocks, but you might find that you'll want them. We will set these 2 blocks on the edges of our mat here, and then sit down in between those blocks. So what we're gonna do here are some little L sits to begin. So with this L sit, you want the blocks to be right near your hips here. You'll roll the shoulders, squeeze the elbows, and grow really nice and tall through your chest. Flex those toes back towards your face and see how long you can get through the crown of your head. Then, on your next breath, you're gonna push through your blocks with everything lifted. Allow the hips to rise as well. Now, maybe float one leg and bring that down. And then float the other leg and bring that down. Maybe you can actually start to float both legs. If not, just do 5 lifts on each. If you can float, hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, release. Good, yogis. Keep your blocks here. Plant your feet on the mat. We're just gonna come into a counter stretch. Lift the hips up, lift your gaze up. Maybe you look back, and then we'll come right back down. You guessed it, we're gonna do this again. So remember, you got your heel taps or your hold for 5, okay? Roll the shoulders, squeeze the elbows, grow nice and tall, and then lift and lift. Here, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, release. Go ahead and plant those feet. Inhale, lift it up, 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 and then right back down. 1 more round. That's it. I know these ones are really tough. When you're ready, go ahead, roll the shoulders, squeeze the elbows, lift everything up, maybe heel tap, maybe hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. You made it. Plant those feet. We'll inhale, come up, 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 and then exhale down, release. Set your blocks aside. We're done with those now too. Boop. Roll out the wrists if you need to after that work on the blocks. Sometimes the squishier blocks can actually be a little bit harder on those wrists, but it's helping us to build that strength in our forearms as well. So for this last one, it can be a little tricky, but I found that this was kind of the last little key that I really needed in being able to press into handstand. So even if you're not pressing, the same muscles are still engaging if you're still kicking up to your handstand. So you're gonna come into a wide leg seat. Lift up the meat of your buttons out of the way so your sit bones are rooted down into the mat. I like to just point the kneecaps back a little bit to find a little bit of external rotation. That helps me to kind of cinch in through the waist and grow up really tall. Then your hands can sit outside of your hips. Now we're gonna turn our chest over to the right leg and frame this right leg just a little bit. And we're gonna do our best, in fact, I'll go at an angle here. We're gonna do our best to not lean all the way back while we do this. We're gonna do our best to sit up really nice and tall. And then for me, I find it a little bit easier if I floint my feet. That's a cross between a point and a flex. It's a little bit of both. So either point, floint, or flex your feet. You're just gonna lift up your right leg and we're gonna take 5 circles backwards. 5, 4, stay upright if you can. 3, 2, and 1, release. Now you're gonna turn over to this left leg, frame this left leg, point, flex, or floint your toes. Lift up your left leg and then we'll rotate. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and set that down. Now, here's the one. We're gonna do both legs at the same time. So you can choose if you want your hands behind or if you want them in front. I'm gonna opt for in front today. So get the external rotation through your hips. Your hands are in the middle and then we're gonna lift up. 5, 4, 3, these ones burn, 2, and 1, release. Grab the backs of your thighs here, bring the legs together, and find a gentle windshield wipe. All right, yogis, so those are my 5 most favorite drills to build core and strength for the handstand practice that we are all forever working on. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and you are more than welcome to do this flow as many times as you want. Let me know how it goes and the progress that you're making in your handstands. You can always find me at Yoga by Paige. Namaste.